California's governor, Arnold Schwarzenegger, has said that he hopes to seek allowing for industrial growth of hemp. And I would like to ask you, are the laws in the United States, as they stand, practical in their prohibition of the growing of hemp for industrial purposes?
Are they practical? No, it's ridiculous. We're prohibiting the growth of a non-psychoactive weed. I mean, we can argue all we want about whether marijuana should be taxed and regulated or legalized or whatever terminology you want to use, but the industrial hemp issue is it's insanity. And I will stand up here and say I'm not one of these people who's going to stand up and say hemp's going to save the planet. There are a number of terrific uses for hemp. You can turn it into fuel. You can use it for fiber. It's a great nutritional source. I don't know if it's going to save the planet or not. I think probably not. Personally, that's not really the issue here. Whether or not hemp's going to save the planet, or whether or not there's even a huge market for it. And Robert was correct in pointing out that industrial hemp and production has been legal in Europe for quite a long time, and there isn't a big market for it. Just because something's not necessarily popular, or there's not a huge market for it, doesn't mean we should prohibit it. That's a logical fallacy. Now, the arguments that are used for why we should prohibit hemp in this country are also, I would say, bunk, and I'll tell you why. The main reason that the main argument for banning the production of industrial hemp in this country is that marijuana growers will just hide their marijuana crops in the hemp fields. Now that's, I would say, incorrect for a couple of reasons. Number one, if you know anything about marijuana or hemp, if you grow marijuana close to hemp, you're going to end up with really, really poor quality fibers and really poor quality marijuana. So no marijuana grower in their right mind would plant their marijuana crops anywhere near a hemp field. Second of all, as Robert mentioned, hemp production is legal in Europe. It's legal in Canada, our neighbors to the north. And yet, Canadian cops and Mounties or local police don't seem to have any problem differentiating between marijuana and hemp. And I would think that Robert would agree with me in that. I certainly don't think that American cops are any dumber than Canadian cops. I think they can figure this out for themselves.
This is Gary. There's two issues we agree on. I think arguing for the banning of hemp that has under 1% THC content, under 0.5%, pick your number, but not psychoactive, I think is just taking your eye off the ball. It is foolish policy. Chris knows as well as I do that the good marijuana grown in the United States ain't even grown outdoors anymore. It's grown indoors, hydroponically. So it is a non sequitur that people on my side of the issue, I think very foolishly stand up and argue for and hurt their base case.